Good morning, YouTubers. Oh, I know my hair is not done, but that's because I'm going to be wearing a hat today. So I am doing the trunk auto struts. So this is a Hansshow product. So everyone, show your hands if you want to watch the install. And actually, I'm waiting for another pair of hands to arrive. We won't be looking at his face. We can only see his hands. Waiting on Mother Frunker. See you guys in the install video. Here's the Hansshow kit. Oops, it's upside down. Let's go. There you go. I told you he would end up showing up, and there he is.
So I'm here.
Oh, wait, just gotta make sure I don't catch his face. You know those hands, these are mine, and those are definitely his. Everyone knows those hands.
So we're gonna start off with some demolition.
Yeah.
You got the hammers?
We got the hammers, I got the saw, the sawzall.
You should have told me I would have brought the not a flamethrower. Yeah.
So we're gonna start with the trunk here. Gotta take this apart, and then the interior carpet. So follow along, but you can watch. It's not going to be one of my typical fun videos. A little bit here and there, but mostly it'll be boring. So let's go. So I took the back trim piece off. You do have to be careful with the clips. It looks like I did not break any. Woohoo! Continuing on, gonna take off the carpet on the side, trim piece here, carpet on the right, and this piece. So guys, the trim piece on the top, just want to mention, because I've noticed some videos online that don't show it has the clips. Mine is a 2018 September make, and I do have the clips here. Just make sure, because you go to pull it down and I almost ripped it off because I did not check. That's my fault. So I took the carpets down. You just got to loosen them so you can get access to the wells in here. So lights, unplug that, and there is another clip here. Again, these are easy to take off if you have the right tools, which I do. So we're going to continue on with the struts and removing the lights. So we're taking these pieces off using a wrench and kind of gentle with it so that not to scratch it all up.
That's what you think. No.
Oh, I wasn't watching, so I don't know what he did. And while he does that, I'm going to take the struts off here. Again, just a screwdriver, flathead, go underneath the clips here so you can see what has to be done down here.
Struggling this time. You know why? It's because we're on video now. Too much,
Oh, we got more of the hands in there so you know who it is. This is a collaboration.
Yeah.
And I thought this video was going to be boring once the install starts.
Yeah, see?
I did the other side already. Now I'm going to continue here. It is pretty easy to chip this glass from what I've heard.
Uh-oh.
Luckily we don't need those struts anymore.
I think it went inside of here.
Oh, I'll have to get that. So again, as you're trying to bump this off, that's why you need to be really careful down here. Beauty. And that's it, pretty simple. I don't know if there's a left or a right or a left. Man, these are huge compared to the other one. Wow, the thickness on it is like, but I guess because all the motor and power and everything inside.
Yeah, definitely.
You notice here, these are not lined up. This is facing to the left, this is facing to the right. So you can actually turn it to this the same way, nice and slowly, and done. Nice other little touch I noticed too, Hansshow did, is they put some lubrication inside of these. So to make it easier to go on. They already have their own clips, so because I lost that other clip, I don't have to worry about it. Alright, so it just slides on. You don't actually have to put that clip in. So now I have to lower down a bit, and then push. So these actually you have to just push on, so you don't need to get to that clip, only when you're taking it off. I don't know why they don't give it to you lined up, because you'd figure it's going to be both on the same side.
Yeah, you'd think that.
Yeah. Something simple. So again, line them up. Bottom one first, push it on. And then the top. Yeah, I don't like that. This comes really close to there, to that glass. There.
And look,
And
check this out. No broken glass. Yet.
Yeah. We're not done. Yeah, I would like to find that piece because I can see it's rattling, and then, yay!
There it is. Look, you found it.
I got it. So I unhooked the wiring for here. It's just a little clip. Take it off, and then we're gonna take. There's 2 bolts here, and it's a 8mm. Put the light off. You do gotta jiggle it a bit from the bottom. Run your fingers along here, pop it up, and then work your way to get the back piece out. There's the 2 clips. And then I just screwed on the nuts here so I don't lose them. So we're putting the light assembly back in. We ran the wire from here down and coming around in here. Sorry for the bad angle, but so there's the tail light. There is a grommet. There is no grommet around the metal, and that's kind of what I was worried about, it pinching. So I don't see it causing any trouble. Once again, this is locked in. The other 2 side clips are in, they pop in, and then this I'm just going to tighten up, and then I will put the light back on, and away we go. That's one side. So there, that's the routing. So same thing on the other side. So it is tight.
So Mark had to go inside. He cut himself, and he doesn't know I'm actually recording this, so he'll see it when he's editing. So hopefully he keeps it in.
Okay, so we routed the wires in and down through the panel. You want everything basically going down to the right side, passenger side, where the subwoofer is, and down in that well, because that's where the brain's going to go, and the soft close latch. And that is what I'm going to work on now. I basically did a quick mark here just in case. So I'm glad I marked this. The reasoning why is this bracket here is loose. So if you don't mark it when you go to put the other one on, you might be too far to the left or to the right. This way it lines up perfectly. Put the latch up there. So again, by marking it, then you put this into the center position of where that was and align it across. Now that's in. I'm going to try not to cut this and fish it through. We'll see how that goes. I tried to fish it through, but it really is a pain. The ends here, there's way too many, and the blocks are really big, so trying to get those to squeeze through is hard. So I've sliced it in the back. I followed that line. You need to be very careful. I only cut myself once, and I am now going to actually just at the very end try to pull it through without having to cut that bottom part, because it's really tough to get down there. So if anyone else has told you this is the worst part, they're not lying. So we are able to pull this end through, the biggest part, trying to get the other. So definitely got to cut this piece. There's no way this would have went through if I didn't cut it. So I fished this through. Now I'm actually going to fish it and come across and pull out. And I'm pulling it out. Oh no, that's fine. We're still good. We're still good.
And he's using hockey tape.
It's a Canadian way, eh?
It's actually not hockey tape, but you know.
The zip ties they give you is nice, but they're smaller than the OEM ones, but they still work. So you can see I electrical taped this all up, and you can still see the ribs, so it looks again OEM.
There's a hole here you want to stick it through. It's surprisingly really hard to zip tie because my hands are slipping. I'll just tighten it up.
I think you put it backwards. No?
No, it's...
Yeah, I think you put it backwards.
I think I put it backwards. Okay, so don't do this.
Okay, we can reverse that part. I can just basically do the video but in reverse, but then my voice will also be like... Now working on the wires in here, motor plug and the switch plug. The button, yeah, we gotta screw in the button. Let's go do that. So there is the button.
Yep.
That we're going to install. I got the drill ready.
And Mark made a mark.
Yeah, Mark made a mark. Problem is I'm left-handed. Not that it's a problem. but just trying
For all the people out there who are left-handed, you hear that here first.
to make sure that you get it proper as you're holding it, because I hold with my right and drill with my left. I can't do this, I need to stop. No, I'm okay with it. So I'll clean it up a bit, put this through, put the nut proper
You want me to hold
way.
this?
I just wanted to make sure I have it the right way.
By the way, it does take 3 hands to do this. So, make sure you get that 3rd hand.
4 is always good too.
Well, I'm using 1 to record.
If you wanted to waste your time watching my video.
I don't think it's a waste of time. I'll go back and rewatch it, okay? Alright, so we took out this wire here. It used to be in the hole over here. You just pinch it from the bottom, you push up, and it'll slide right out. You connect it to this one, and then this piece will go back into where it is. Or where it was, yeah. Like so. So this one replaced that wire, and yeah, that's it.
So this one, pull out the gray piece and pinch them together, and then it comes out. Because it was pretty tricky to come out, but then once he figured it out, it came out. Mother Frunker. I'll give you the credit for it. And same thing, we're basically going to reverse, and now the gray one's going to go in the proper way. And then this piece is going to go back in. So now the button wire, it's pretty simple. Latch it on. And then now we're basically going to pop this back on. Okay, so what I've been doing is these green and white clips were stuck on. And by taking them off, it just makes it easier because then you can pop them back on. Need a tool like this. I did break one, but again, it's no big deal, guys. These things are cheap. You can buy new ones and redo it.
I plugged this cable into here, which is
the brain,
which is the state signal in here. This cable here
for the buzzer,
right?
So it makes the beeping sounds.
Beep, beep, beep.
So you know when it's opening or closing. Or it's also used when you're trying to adjust it, because this can be adjusted higher or lower, and the speed. Now what I'm working on right now is getting these grommets off. You see this panel's back up. It's all completely back in, no issues. By taking off those clips makes it so much easier. So these grommets, actually got to get under to plug in. They don't just screw, you actually have to get under. I feel like I was busting it apart. But you're not going to need it because they give you clean grommets. Alright, so everything is here is like just a big mess right now, because I'm going to run the power line up the side of the vehicle here, down through the edges. So I'm going to run the wire down along here, across, tuck it under with the tool, under the seat, and along the board. But this is where tricky.
Alright, so we have the top of Mark's head here. Oh, it's gone. Okay.
I didn't do my hair today, I know. It's a mess.
Alright, so anyway,
so I
gotta keep the humor in the video, right? Keep
Exactly.
people watching, yeah.
Why did I watch this 45-minute video? Well, here's you go. So I tucked in the wire, ran it up, and tucked it all in here. Let's see. And same thing. Continue pushing this down. Just make sure you obviously have your slack in the front and in the back.
So we left quite a bit of slack back here, as you can see.
And the reason why I did that, just want a quick note, on the amplifier in the back, the amp has a ground. So instead of you running 2 wires in the front and making the sides really bulky, connect to the amplifier ground with that wire too, so you don't have to run all those wires. It makes it easier.
Yeah. And then there's plenty of slack on the front as well. Alright, we're back. Mark has a cap on now.
I just reversed it.
He's continuing tucking in the wire all the way to the front.
Tuck and roll, baby. Tuck and roll. So I've taken all this apart. I ran the wire up on the side, and I don't know if you guys can see those 2 red wires. There's a grommet there that is going to the frunk compartment. So you need to drill through. So I got my trusty drill. I'm kidding, that's not the one I'm using. Okay, so I took all the box and everything out, and now I'm gonna get down. See the 2 big orange cover here, then the 2 orange wires, and just underneath it I'm gonna try to come out with the drill, and then we'll fish it through.
All right, so we are here at the front of the vehicle, the Frunk. And Mark is here with
the duct tape.
Okay. Anyway, let's continue. No.
So you definitely have to drill it through. I tried to poke a hole through that gasket. It's a really thick rubber gasket. Pushed it through, and then the wire, which is now missing.
Well, here it is. All the hard work gone instantly. No.
So there it is now. Pushed it through and taken that slack because you really don't need to bring a lot in because you're just going to go on the power here. Then we are going to connect power connector here. Electrical tape on it. I said duct tape, and this is electrical tape. Duct tape is great, big and different. Wow.
You've seen it here first. This is duct tape. Canada's worst handyman. There's a show. Mark, they're calling. No, he's doing a good job. He's doing a good job. Keep up the good work.
I'm a poet. I just didn't know it. Ready?
Yeah, it's recording.
Oh, it's recording.
We're here in the back. We have to attach the ground, and he has an extension on so he can get access
with a 10mm socket. A lot of guys will run this to the front, and I'm like, once I had this apart, I saw the ground for the amplifier. I just had to deal with one wire because it was a real pain to get that one wire alone through that grommet.
Are you sure it'll work though?
Positive. I mean, negative, because it's a ground. So the
he has gloves for starters. You know what it is? Each video shot we do, he just likes to change it up. So, you know, he used to have no hat, and I put the hat on, then he went with the gloves. Just making different appearances.
Alright, so one thing to note, when you are putting the power back on, make sure that the wire is looping to the right side so you can still put that cover back on to have it secure on there. So that's just a little tidbit. If you put it the other way, you're not going to be able to do that.
Alright, so what's going on here, Mark?
So now I'm putting the ground back, and we have full power back to the vehicular. I really said vehicular. Vehicle.
So this is going on YouTube. It's forever.
Depends what I edit out and what I don't edit out.
This is not going to be edited. Alright, so we have it powered on.
This is just a trial run before we put everything together. And the button is lit up. Rita, since technically the car is in your name, would you please like to do the honors and push the button? Stand back and then run away.
Oh my god.
No, you don't have to run away. He's joking.
Alright, let's have a quick look here at the final install. So the trim piece is all back in, and down in the well here is where I placed the soft latch brain, and where the woofer is and amplifier is where I placed the main brains. Everything is back in around the corners and edges. The only one thing is, for me, is it's not opening all the way and how I want it to. So I got to push it up a bit. You're supposed to push this button down, hold it, and that's supposed to do it. But what happened is, I guess there's an update. So what's really cool is I've been in touch with Hansshow, and they sent me the file, and they gave me how to download it. The only problem is I have to get back to the brain in here in order to do it. Super cool, super easy. I mean to use. So as far as my closing thoughts, hey Siri, close the trunk.
One moment.
She needs a moment.
Done. I closed the trunk.
That is another bonus. After having this I've had it for 5 days, and I absolutely love it. Is it expensive? Yes. Is it worth the money? Only you can decide for yourself. I personally think it is. I absolutely love it. Playing around with it, having Siri open it for me, close it. I mean, I can close it myself, push the button, but if you're starting to walk away because you have something in your hand, you can use it. I wish, though, that I did buy the Frunk also. Now that I have this, I'm definitely going to place my order for the Frunk. Again, absolutely am very happy with it. Thanks Hansshow, great product. As far as installation, again, like I mentioned before and like you see in the video, it gets better over time, but mostly you are just going to install it and be done, or have someone else install it. If you're in the GTA, I'm very happy to connect with you and help you install it if you do make the purchase. I will provide all those details down below and use my code for an easy 10% off. So thank you all for watching. See you in the next one.